Yo, yo, yo. What's the dealio, man? What's the dealio, y'all? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? It is time to chart live, man. It's time to chart live. Let me say happy holidays to y'all. It's holiday week. You know what I'm saying? So, what up, y'all? Chaos, what's up? What's up? IDEA Productions, what's up? Shout out to North Carolina and Crowley, Louisiana. Pam, how you feeling? How you feeling? How is everybody doing? QTZ, Shiley, it's time. It's time to get it in, man. It's time to get it in. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I'm feeling good. I feel like it was a productive Monday. Just in life, the market was the market gapped up, and then it just kind of, from my perspective, it didn't do too much. I wasn't really paying attention to SPY. IWM, it kind of moseyed its way to the upside. It didn't do too much, and then it got a little rejection to the downside. So yeah, Antoine, what up? Ashley, A, how you feeling? So listen, y'all. If y'all just now tuning in, say what's up in the comments, like this video. All right. So this might be a little shorter. This live might be a little bit shorter, but nonetheless, we still gonna get it in, man. So listen, let's go over the charts, and we just gonna go into SPY. Davita, how you feeling? How you feeling? American Khalifa, what up? Tambris, how you doing? What up, Tiffany? Tiff Beck, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, if you guys are just tuning in, be sure to like this video for me. All right. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. All right. What up, Pete Bryant? Mike, Genesis, what's up? How you feeling? Ava Shada. Ava Shada in the building. What up? Jerry, how you feeling? What up, Dr. V? All y'all good? All right, so listen, we got the SPY. Let me pull up these charts and we're gonna get it in. First off, let me ask you guys who made money today. All right. Let me know. We gotta do a praise report. All right. Who hit IWM? Who hit IWM? Who hit who else? APLD. If y'all made some bread, let me know in the comments. Also, be sure to like this video. All right, like this video. Okay, if y'all tuning in, is that beet juice? Yeah, yes, beet juice. A little something, something. What up, Doc? How you feeling? What up, Mark Quinn? Gillian, Anthony, what's up? From the Gump. Where's the Gump at? Where's the Gump at? All right, so we about to get started. Let me just say, if you guys are watching this, we got 51 people. While you coming in, man, get them likes up, all right? Let's make sure we liking this video. All right? I'm going to give y'all levels for SPY, IWM tomorrow. I'm literally going to give you guys everything, so be sure to like this video, all right? And let me say this. Nothing that I say is financial advice. Okay, if you want professional financial advice, go talk to a licensed financial advisor. All right, I'm just letting you guys know what I'm seeing on the charts. All right, Eleanor, what's up? What's up? He said I hit Tesla and Starbucks. Okay, made money on some QQQ and SPY calls. There we go. I saw Shiley hit IWM. Yeah, we got her on the IWM train now. You know what I'm saying? Kept it disciplined, 15-minute candle, SPY approaching VWAP, made one trade. There you go. That's nice and, you know what I'm saying, sniper-like. So shout out to that. I lost $500 on SPY, but that's okay. I'll get it back. You definitely will get it back. All right, don't trip over it. I lost IWM and MRK, okay. SPY 79%, printing on MRK and APLD. There we go. There we go. There we go. So I love to see all the wins, y'all. All right. So we're gonna go over SPY, IWM, and then we're gonna We're going to find some setups for tomorrow. We're going to go fishing, all right? Moni made money on GLD. Okay. Montgomery, Alabama. Okay. The Gump. Okay. That makes sense now. What's up, Joy? How you doing? I tried IWM. I had to jump out quick because it was too volatile. You got to, hey, Joy, let me say this. When you trade in an index, you got to relax, all right? When you trade in that index, I need you to just, you got to relax, all right? You got to pay attention to that 30-minute time frame, and you got to relax, all right? It's not easy trading a index, but you got to relax, all right? You're going to get better, though, okay? Close the swing I had on gold. There you go. I wasn't messing with the ETFs like that before, but I'm definitely on the IWM train. Yep. I'm telling y'all. I got it on IWM puts and smacked it for 50. There we go. Something better than nothing. That's right. It all adds up. All right. So let's go. Let's bring out the charts. What up, Henry? All right. If you guys are watching this and you have not, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right. I'm going to give you guys some setups for tomorrow. All right. And let me go over one thing that I mentioned in my video earlier today that I posted. Will you look at PM for tomorrow before you end? Sure. What's PM? You talking about post market? Or is that an actual ticker? I haven't heard of PM yet. Just fell through. What up, Reggie? What up, Nicole? How you doing? She said I was nervous. Yeah, hey, Joy. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Relax. All right? Relax. All right. You like calls on Emulate? We'll try to go over that as well. All right, so let's start with the indexes real quick. Let's start with the indexes and then we're gonna get it popping. All right. So right here, it's Nike. Let's go over SPY, SPY. All right. So first thing first, I told y'all calls above 681. Bounce area 678. It just came to yesterday. It gapped up and it came down and then it bounced up. All right. All right. So we got a 2-up candle right here. So for tomorrow, hey, what up, Mr. Colorado? How you feeling? He said, I got cooked today on Palantir. How long you been trading? How much bread you got? We all have them times where we knew better, but we ain't do better. All right, so hey, just shake it off and everything gonna be good. All right, Philip Morris. All right, I got you, American Khalifa. So SPY, right? So we got a lot of buying pressure right here. Okay, y'all see this wick right here? We got a ton of buying pressure right here. A whole bunch of buyers stepped in. Right here today. Right? And we don't have any real resistance to the upside. So, but we are in this area, right? So when we zoom out on SPY, I do want you guys to pay attention to this, right? So first thing, the weekly time frame, I told you guys the weekly resistance was 685, right? So 685 is going to be the weekly resistance. 685.88, that's your weekly resistance, okay? So because that's your weekly resistance, right here. So now let's go back to the daily. So we back to the daily, right? So a couple things I want you guys to pay attention to. So on the daily, right, we have this double top right here. Okay, we got this top right here, and then we got this top right here. All right. So these are two tops. Y'all see what I'm saying? And so I'm not saying we're gonna come down, but I wanna let you guys know that this is a strong resistance. Right? This is a strong resistance to pay attention to, obviously, because it's right at all-time highs. All right, what up, Drez? So you guys want to pay attention to this area right here because there's a lot of sellers going to be in this area. All right. So now 685.88 is your weekly resistance. Okay. 685.88 is your weekly resistance. So the high of day today was 685.35. Right. Now let's go to the 30-minute real quick. If we go to the 30-minute time frame, now look, this looks like a bull flag. Okay? This looks like a bull flag right here. Right? It looks like a bull flag right there, right? If we break out the bull flag, we can run up. On a daily, time frame, we got right here. So this is what I want you guys to pay attention to tomorrow. All right. So we're going to have calls above 685.34. $85.34. Okay. For SPY. But we have 685.88 for the weekly resistance. Okay. So I'm going to put rejection point, weekly resistance. Rejection point, weekly resistance, and that equals 685.88. All right. So this is what you got to pay attention to. So our weekly resistance is at 685.88 because that's last week's range, right? That's the high from last week. So we could reject there. Even though you could get in the calls at above 685.38 or 34, we got a weekly resistance level at 685.88. Okay? So really, I would just say wait until we break above 686 to really, you know what I'm saying, enter in the calls, because you don't want to enter in calls at resistance and then get rejection. And now your entry was the absolute high point, and now you just wishing it reverses and it don't. We don't do that on 0 data expirations. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So we got calls above basically 686, but I wanted to give you guys the whole picture, right? I don't want to just say, hey, get in here and that's it. I want to give you guys the context of what I'm actually talking about so you guys understand what's actually being said and what's actually happening. All right. So that's up to the upside. Now, if we do come down some areas of support, it's going to be, we pulling up the 30-minute right now. Okay. All right, so we got the 30-minute right now. And so your area of support, your pullback area is going to be 684.16. All right. Pullback area of support. Pullback area is going to be 684.16. All right. 684.16 is going to be like your support level. All right. As long as we stay above 684.16, we should be good to go to the upside. Right. There is a bull flag. This bull flag, the flag area right here, that's the support level for the flag area right there. If we get below there, that's going to break through the area of liquidity and we should be coming to the downside. All right. And if we come to the downside, where could we come down to? We could come all the way down right here, 682.71. And then, right, look at this. We got a gap to fill all the way down here as well. All right. I want you guys to make sure you're paying attention. So we got a gap fill all the way from right here, which is 682, all the way down to 680. All right. And then we got an order block right there as well. So potentially we could come back down to 680 if we reject off of that 685.88 area. All right. So we got a gap to fill down to 680 potentially. All right. I know that this is a wick right here. Right. This is a wick right here. And it says we came down to 680. But when you go to the 30-minute time frame, we didn't come down to 680. Right? We didn't come down to 680. It might be trying to count the pre-market, but I don't think that it shows the pre-market on a daily time frame. So just pay attention to that right there, okay? And they did the same thing with Meta, right? If you go to Meta and you look at the daily time frame, right? There's a big wick right here, right? It says Meta went all the way up to 710 on Friday, December 12th, right? Let's go to the 30-minute real quick. Okay, remember 710, December 12th, right? If we go to December 12th, where's the 710 at? It never went to 710, right? It never went to 710. So sometimes they be manipulating the data, so you got to pay attention to that, right? That's why it's important to pay attention to the daily time frame and the other time frames as well. All right. So when we're looking at the SPY, we got our pullback areas, we got our levels of support, we got our entry for calls as well. All right. So if that makes sense on SPY, let me know in the comments. If that makes sense on SPY, let me know in the comments. All right. Stay in Palantir too long, let green go red. Hey, it happens. All right. Hey, we got to do better tomorrow. All right. We got to do better tomorrow. Okay. If you guys are just now tuning in, be sure to like this video. All right. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. Right. I'm literally giving you guys actual levels and a whole breakdown and analysis of multiple tickers for you to go make money with tomorrow. So if you are watching this video and you haven't done the decency to simply just like this video, do that. All right. Don't just be a taker. All right. It's about the law of reciprocity. You see what I'm saying? Reciprocity is very key. So make sure y'all like this video. All right. By the end of this video, let's make sure we get 100 likes. Okay. So that's SPY. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to IWM. All right. If you don't know what IWM is, it's the ETF for small cap stocks. All right. So next up is going to be IWM. We trade these stocks every single day, right? Every single day we trade these stocks. I give levels for these stocks every single day as well. Okay. People literally make hundreds and thousands of dollars off of these setups every single day. All right. So we about to get ready and we about to go over IWM next. All right. Said X. Okay. All right. So also subscribe to the channel as well. If y'all like these videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you on your TV, right? Go to the right, go to the left, go to the little icon, go to the subscribe. All right. Don't matter where you at. Mr. Jack, he said, I just got here. I liked it. Jack from Detroit. Hey, shout out to Detroit, man. There's a lot of people that be watching me from Detroit. All right. I appreciate everybody who rocking with me, man. And I appreciate everybody who is engaging. But I want you guys to understand the consistency and the dedication that it takes, right? The only thing I ask is for you guys to engage in the content. All right. So if y'all watching, all you got to do is hit the like button and keep watching. That's all you got to do. All right. So let's go to IWM real quick. Right now, as we can see right here, we just been coming up, right? We had a crazy run up today. Crazy run up today. All right. So when I'm looking at IWM off the daily, right, we had some selling pressure come in, right? We had some selling pressure come in, right? As you can see right here. So first things first, if we get above 255.10, then we go to the upside. All right. So we're going to say calls above 255.10. All right. Calls above 255.10 is very simple, right? IWM looks very simple to SPY. Y'all see what I'm saying in regards to the resistance. There is no resistance right here, right? No resistance really. And then for IWM, there is no resistance right here. All right, so they look very familiar. So if we get above 255.10, you can enter in the calls. Now, if we get below, now we have a gap to fill to the downside on IWM. All right, pay attention to this area right here. Okay, so we have a gap to fill right here. So we got 252.19. So I'm going to say puts below 252.19. All right. Now, we got a gap to fill from 252.19 all the way down to 251.39. All right. So we got a gap to fill to the downside. Okay. So what up, Drew? How you feeling? We got a gap to fill to the downside right here. All right. So I know that this is a 2-up candle and it was a green candle, but we do have a gap to fill here. So now let's go to the intraday. So I said calls above 255 and puts below 252.19. But let's go inside and let's get a little bit more granular real quick. All right. So off the 30-minute time frame, right, they came down to this equilibrium zone right here. They came down to this equilibrium zone right here. So this is a fair value gap right here, y'all, right? So we have a little support level right here that has formed, right? If y'all see, we got a support level right here that has formed, right? Support level right here that has formed. Now, this is a fair value gap. If you do not know what a fair value gap is, you need to go watch my fair value gap videos because I've made about 2 to 3 of them, okay? Now, if we get below 253, then we can start coming down. We really need to break through this fair value gap to really start coming down. But this is also a bounce area as well, right? So we're going to say 253 is a bounce area. All right? 253 is a bounce area. Bounce area. All right? 253. Okay? 253. So, but just remember, we do have a gap to fill to the downside. All right. So if you guys are using Lux Algo, this equilibrium zone is also like an area where a stock can bounce or reject depending on where it's at and where it came from. Right. So because it came from the upside, if we stay above right here, which is the support of this equilibrium zone, and we start to go up, then we're going to bounce up from this equilibrium zone. If we break through the equilibrium zone, it's more likely that we're going to break through this fair value gap, and then we could come and we could fill this gap right here, okay, all the way down here. And then after that, we could bounce, and then we could go to the upside, all right? So if that makes sense on IWM, let me know, y'all. Let me know if that makes sense on IWM. I just gave you guys the cheat code for SPY and IWM. I trade IWM every single day, right? If it's a 5-day week, I'm probably going to trade IWM four days out of that 5 days, right? I'm going to give it 1 day out of the week that it's going to be on some BS or I ain't going to be able to get a good entry. Outside of that, I'm going to be trading IWM, okay? So I just gave you guys the cheat code for IWM, all right? The key to like trading and stuff is you got to make sure that you're being thorough. You don't want anything to slip through the cracks. It could look like it's going up, but if you don't pay attention to the gaps that are hidden, right? What's going to happen is you're going to get faked out. You're going to get 42 faked. Y'all see what I'm saying? So you got to make sure that you guys are paying attention to everything. And that's why I do these charting sessions, because a lot of times people, they miss out on the small little intricacies and the details, and the money is in the details, all right? They say that the devil's in the details, so is the angels, and so is the money, all right? So it's all in the details, so you got to make sure that you guys are paying attention to the details, because the details is where you're going to be able to make your money, all right? So we just went over SPY and we went over IWM. For all the QQQers, I'm going to give you guys QQQ as well, and then we're going to go fishing, and we're going to find some setups for tomorrow with the regular individual tickers and stocks. All right. So if you guys are watching and you just now tuning in, let me know in the comments where you guys are tuning in from. Also like this video and subscribe to this YouTube channel. All right, y'all. subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this video, and let me know in the comments where you guys are tuning in from. All right. I'm engaging with y'all, so make sure you engage with me. All right. So let's go to QQQ real quick. All right. So this is intraday. Boom. All right. So QQQ is a little bit different, right? QQQ is a NASDAQ. What does that mean? That is also big tech. So they're on a failed 2 up today, right? So they don't have any resistance to the upside, but they did reject today. They opened up right here at 621 and they closed at 619, right? They did bounce at the bottom of this fair value gap right here. So let's really assess what's going on, okay? Let's really assess what's going on. He said, where are you taking profit out on IWM? I don't know until, you know, I'm in the trade for the day, right? Because it's like, if you trade in 0 days, you could hold on all day, right? Sometimes it may take so long to get to the target that your profit could start kind of like falling, and then it wouldn't make sense for you to hold on for the whole day, right? So it really does just depend. I could tell you what a price target is, right? But sometimes I'll be up and I'll just get out, right? Because I am not greedy. So this is my philosophy, right? I'm also like, sometimes I'll day trade later on in the day, but sometimes I'd like to be in and out of the market within 90 minutes. You see what I'm saying? So if I can get 1 to 2 trades and I can make my money there, then I'll do that. And then if I see a solid setup throughout the day, then I'll take it, right? But I don't try to hold on to these stocks all day, right? When I'm day trading. If I have swings that are out months, then that's different, right? But I like to get my money and I like to get out and I like to get on about my life, right? That's the stock market is a tool, right? So that's my philosophy on that. All right. But yeah, so let's go. Shout out to New Jersey, man. Shout out to Kissing Me. Shout out to Florida as well. All right. So first things first, let's just look at it, okay? If QQQ gets above 621.66, then you enter in the calls, okay? Off of this failed 2 up, right? 621.66. So we're going to say calls above 621.66. All right. And then we're going to say if we get below 617.74, you're going to enter in the puts. All right. 617.74. All right. Puts below puts below 617.74. All right. Now, this is just the range right here. Now we do have a bounce area off the daily time frame right here. So QQQ could come down here and bounce anywhere in this area, or it could bounce right here at that 617 area and level. All right. So it could come down here and bounce, or we could just blast off and go to the upside. So yes, this is a failed 2 up candle, but the anatomy of this candle does look bullish. Okay. So that's something to pay attention to as well. Now let's go to the 30-minute time frame and let's really look inside of the day. All right. So as you guys can see, we have this order block right here. So I'm really going to say your support is going to be where it closed at, which is going to be that 619 area, right? 619 is going to be your support. Okay, so we could come back down at 619 and then we could bounce as well. So pay attention to that, right? And then if we get above like 620, then we can come up to that 621.66, all right? But if you just want to be safe, then you know, calls above the high a day, and then we got this order block right here as well. But off the daily time frame, we should be good if we do end up going to the upside. But because we're on a failed 2 up, we got to pay attention for that downside because it could come, and it could come, you know, unexpectedly as well. All right. So keep that in mind. Does that make sense on QQQ, y'all? If that makes sense on QQQ, let me know. All right. If you guys are just now tuning in, man, we just went over SPY, we went over IWM, and we just went over QQQ. I just gave you guys levels that you could make money with tomorrow. All right. I gave you guys a full analysis and a full breakdown on 3 different indexes, right, in less than 30 minutes. And people make money with these levels every single day. All right. I'm nothing to play with, and we really do this on an every single day basis. All right. She said, yeah, I lost a lot of my profits on IWM today because I held too long. Still didn't turn red, but less than half. Hey, it happens, right? This is why I like to get in and I like to get out. When you're doing 0 day to expirations, you can't be holding too long, right? Unless your entry was like at the very, very, very bottom and there's not a lot of pullbacks, right? You got to really know the game. That's why I don't try to do too much. I get my money, I get out, and I'm out of there. All right. Silver Spring, shout out to Silver Spring, Maryland. He said, are your settings on price action concepts? Absolutely. All right. They're inside of the Discord, the indicators tab, right? If we go to the Discord right here, let me show y'all. If we go to the Discord, right? Boom. If we go to the Discord, they sitting right here. All right. That's Strat Assistant, Strat Alerts, boom, right here. Okay. All the settings for Lux Algo is right here inside of the indicators tab inside of the Discord. All right. Y'all already know we thorough over here. Anything, if I'm saying we're using something, it's gonna be a channel for it, and we're gonna be organized, and I'm gonna make sure you guys are taken care of. All right. So Northeast DC, shout out to DC, shout out to Cleveland. What up, Gary? How you been, Gary? What up, Arletha? How you doing? What up, Joy? She said makes in his spy IW and APLD. Hey, shout out to Gary, man. G Dollar, he been killing it. Came in, and he been growing his account like crazy. So yeah, shout out to Gary, man. I love seeing all of y'all growth. Like seriously. All right. So we just went over all of the indexes. Now what we about to do, y'all? Say it with me. What we about to do? After we go over the indexes, what do we do now? What we about to do? After what time would you suggest not taking 0 DTE? Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I've taken 0 DTE trades 30 minutes before the market close. All right. Now, did I go heavy? No. All right. But I have taken 0 DTE 30 minutes before market close on that last 30-minute candle. So it just depends on, your understanding of the market. So if you are a little bit newer, I would say, I wouldn't take anything after like 11 a.m. on the West Coast. So that would be 2. So about 2 hours before the market. But if you kind of understand the game, just go light in your size. And if you see a clear setup, those contracts will print crazy in the last 30 minutes of the market, right? So yeah. Said go shopping for plays. Yep, go fishing. That's right. We going fishing, y'all. We going fishing. All right. So before we go fishing, if you have not, be sure to like this video and also subscribe to the YouTube channel, because every single day, without fail, I bring you guys life-changing information. You could change your life, right? You could make money in the market, and you could also get your soul and your spirit fed. All right. Anybody that been rocking with me all year, the last 2 months, the last month, the last 3 months, y'all know what time it is, right? Every single day, I'm coming to you with some heat. All right. I don't just be talking when I say I got a straight banger for you. Every single day is a straight banger. All right. So be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, like this video and let me know where y'all tuning in from. All right. Because every single day we changing lives over here. And that's no cap. All right. Bay to the A. What up? So we about to go fishing now, y'all. All right. So let's go fishing and let's go find some stocks where we going to make money with. First things first. Shout out to American Khalifa. He sponsored somebody in the Discord. So we're about to go look at PM real quick off of his request, man. Because, you know what I'm saying, when you family, you know what I'm saying, you get a little bit of, what you want to call it? I don't want to say special treatment, but you know what I'm saying? You get put in the front of the line a little bit. So PM Philip Morris. So first things first, when I'm looking at PM, right? When I'm looking at PM, first things first, I see a bull flag right here. All right. bull flag right here. All right, so this looks very clean. We got an order block up here at 164 and we at 159.70. All right, so let's say for PM, we're going to say calls above 161.25. All right, calls above 161.25. All right. Calls above 161.25. And my price target would be this order block right here at 164. All right. On average, it moves $3 a day. So from 161, $3 would be that 164. So it could hit that price target tomorrow. Right. So yeah, PM looks really good to the upside tomorrow. Okay. I don't know how much their contracts are though. Let me see. PM. Their contracts are $90, $100, so that's pretty solid. So yeah. So that's what I got on PM. Okay. It's good to me. I got you, American Khalifa. She said it was me again. Thank you. Waiting to pay it forward. Yeah. Yup. I'm on the West Coast. I've gotten 20% after 11 p.m. West Coast time. You got to get out real fast. Yeah. You just got to pay attention. You just got to pay attention. All right. So let's go to the watch list now. So we got Hood, right? Let's see what's up with Hood on the daily. On the daily, we got a failed 2 up on Robinhood, y'all. Okay. On the daily, we got a failed 2 up on Robinhood. So when we zoom in, it came up, tried to blast off, it didn't really. Now, also, let me say this too, right? The Santa rally technically begins on Wednesday, okay? It's the last 5 days of the trade of after Christmas, right? So from Wednesday to January 2nd, okay? So I want you guys to understand what I'm saying. From Wednesday to January 2nd. So we may come down tomorrow, they may shake everybody out, and then we could rally, right? This is all hypothetical. I ain't telling you guys to go get in calls. I'm just telling you guys what the data is saying and what certain things mean. So you're going to see a lot of failed 2 ups on the daily time frame today. And that could mean that we're going to come down tomorrow, shake everybody out, and then we can start going up for the Santa rally. Okay? So that's what I wanted to say. All right? No, that was on PM, not PT. All right? What was the PT? Hold on. What do you mean, what was the PT? Just got back from celebrating my B-Day. Hey, happy birthday, bro. Been using that strat and order block. Isiah is the truth. Been tapping in with the replays. Continue to drop them bangers and make these slaps. Hey, that's how I know you from the Bay. Hey, whenever you say something slap, that's from the Bay right there. But yeah, we showing up every day. All right, we taking this up another notch in 2026, man. Next year is gonna be even crazier. I sincerely appreciate all of y'all that found me on YouTube. I appreciate all of y'all that kind of see what it is on YouTube. I appreciate all of y'all that just been watching, liking, subscribing, sharing, and all of that stuff, man. All right, so next year we're gonna take this thing up a whole nother level, right? Every single day we're gonna keep getting better. All right. So, the price target. What was it? Oh, for price target on PM was like it was 164. That was where the order block was at. All right. So Robinhood is on a failed 2 up. Hims is on a failed 2 up. Lululemon is on a, what is this? Look like a 1 candle. So it's on a 1 candle. APLD is on a failed 2 up. Intel, I kind of like this Intel setup right here. It's been hovering off the support right here. So, but it's on a bearish 3 bar. So for Intel, I'm definitely about to put them on my list for tomorrow because they got that bearish 3 bar right there, right? So let me pull up my list for put these stocks on deck right here. All right, put these stocks on deck right there. Um, hey, Dress, I'm gonna get some swings. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, me too. Me too. After tomorrow, we gonna see. I'm gonna look at the flow as well though. I'm gonna look at the flow and make sure it's matching up. But yeah, so we got uh all right, so Intel 3 bar bearish. All right. OKLO, what they do today? So they bounced off the 200 EMA right here, but so I ain't gonna mess with this. Dell failed to up, look just like OKLO. Apple, is this a 3? This ain't no 3 bar. It's a 1 candle. Apple is on a 1 bar. Of course, Dr. V. Of course. All right. Oracle, they was up today. Oracle definitely looks like they could be going up tomorrow. So let's see. Yeah. Well, we got a fair value gap right here. Last time Oracle came right here, right at 202. They rejected and they came down. So but it looks like it could go up, but it's an area of liquidity here. So I am gonna pay attention to Oracle because they could reject tomorrow. All right. So I'm gonna watch for rejection. All right. Who else we got? AM Dizzle. What did they do? Failed to up. It looks like they gapped up and they came down. Yep, failed to up right here. Google's looking very bullish. They had some news come out. So I'm definitely going to be looking at Google. Look at this right here, right? This is a doji candle right here. It's a failed to up candle, but it's a doji. So the anatomy of this is bullish. So I'm going to type in Google right here. Okay, we on a Dragonfly doji. Okay, Dragonfly doji. We don't have any real resistance. We just got to get above like right there, that 310 area, and then we could really take off. So Google, Netflix. I ain't messing with Netflix right now. Nvidia, what we got on Nvidia? Let's see what's up. They got a Dragonfly doji as well. They gapped up as well, but they're on a failed to up. So because they gapped up and they still have a gap to fill for Nvidia, I would be looking for a gap fill and then a bounce inside of this area of liquidity right here. I would be looking for a come down and then a bounce to the upside on Nvidia. All right. Affirm was up today. Shopify, they were flat today. I don't know why it's loading. So they had a failed 2 up today on Shopify. So look, before I continue, are you guys seeing a trend here? Most stocks gapped up and then they came down today, right? Are you guys seeing this? I want to make sure that you guys are able to recognize these patterns, right? Stocks gapped up and then they ended up coming down, right? So now we have some stocks haven't filled their gaps yet. So what does that mean? That means that we could come down tomorrow, right? This is why we got to really, really, really pay attention to these patterns that we're seeing in the market. I just showed you guys like 6 different failed to ups on a daily time frame, right? What does that mean? If you see multiple failed to ups over and over and over again, then you got to start saying, okay, it looks like the whole market is kind of doing the same thing. If it's one stock, that's different. But if it's a whole bunch of stocks, then you got to sit here and be like, okay, I think I know what's about to happen, right? So I just want to make sure that I'm not just saying this going to happen, do this. And we're looking at this from a objective standpoint, objective point of view, and we're seeing what it really is, right? And what it really is it's looking like we're gonna come down, fill some gaps, right? Shake some people out, and then we could bounce tomorrow or on Friday after Christmas. I mean on Wednesday. And Wednesday as well, we might just kind of chop around, right? Because the market closes early on Wednesday as well. So Wednesday could be a premium burning kind of day. So that's something to, be on the lookout for as well. So I probably wouldn't get into, I don't know if I'm gonna get in the swing tomorrow or I'm gonna wait till Wednesday. We're gonna see, right? So institution credit liquidity, exactly, right? That's what I'm seeing, right? So let's see what else we got. All right. Yeah, and if you guys are just now tapping in, man, we finding some plays and some setups for tomorrow to trade. Another thing I'm gonna say as well is don't go too heavy in your trades, y'all. Right? It's a holiday week. Whenever it's a holiday, the market gets manipulative. I'm trying to tell you guys, I've been doing this for some time now. I'm a little young OG in the stock market. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got 10 years under my belt, but I got a couple years now. So I've been seeing this stuff over and over and over again. Whenever you got holidays, like in the week, it's always gonna be some little manipulation, right? Price action be kind of acting funny. So you guys got to make sure you're not trying to go too heavy and you ain't trying to get rich in one trade. You will not get rich in one trade, but you can blow your account in one trade. All right. So make sure you guys remember that. I'm giving you guys real life valuable lessons that could change your life and it can make you guys money. All right. This is no cap. This is real life changing information here. All right. So be sure to like this video. We almost at 100 likes. All right, y'all. Like this video. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Nowhere else on YouTube are you going to be able to find somebody that goes live every single day, right? Goes live every day, drops a video every day, and gives you guys actual levels and the context of the analysis of the stock and tell you guys what the entry point is, what the price target is, and what the entry point is to the upside and the downside. Okay? Please understand what's going on right here. All right? So be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's continue and go fishing. All right? So we had Shopify, right? Uber. What Uber doing? They on a failed 2 up as well, right? Uber look like they want to come down, right? Definitely, right? Ooh, they got a gap all the way here, so this looks like a banger. So we're gonna say Uber. Okay. Palantir failed 2 up, right? Carvana came down bad today. Oh yeah, Carvana might be coming down to fill this gap right here. All right, so they could be coming down or they could bounce. What else? Nike, they came down today. They had a 3 bar on the weekly last week. Yeah, if you look at Nike on a weekly, right? They had a 3 bar. Oh no, that was okay. They had a 2 bar, and then they just broke below it, so they coming down. But who else? She said, "Do we trade Tesla?" Sometimes. Sometimes. I mean, some people in Discord hit Tesla last week, but let me say this as well, right? Let me say this as well. Here's a beautiful thing, right? This is not a Discord where we all trade the same thing. This is a Discord where people learn how to trade and they find setups. You see what I'm saying? So some Discords, like, I talk about IWM a lot because people that are new, right? That's a great place to trade, right? It's cheap, it's liquid, all of that stuff. But when you come in, you actually learn the strap method, you learn liquidity, right? You learn a lot of little stuff that's going to help you see the market in your specific way, right? Specific to who you are and what your personality is. And then you're going to be able to see your setups, You see what I'm saying? So it's not like, oh, we all just trade the same stock and that's it. Do we call out stuff? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, when you are empowered with the information that we give you, you're able to go see the setups and go trade them yourself. You see what I'm saying? So that's what makes it a little bit different over here. Right? Um, so yeah. So next thing, so that's Nike on the daily. We got TSLL, right? Yeah, I always say trade the setup, don't trade the stock, right? SoFi failed to up, but they look like they trying to come up. So Lyft, they came up today, but they got a failed two up right here. I mean, that's a two up, but it's an area of liquidity. Let's see what else. Circle, Amazon, right? Enphase, CoreWeave, Meta. Let's see what Meta doing. Meta look like it's trying to come down. It's on a bearish 3-bar, y'all. So if Meta gets below 650, 649, it could really dump. So Meta was on a 3-bar. They sold off pretty nasty today after they popped up, right? So Tesla, yeah, failed to up right there. CrowdStrike, they got a failed two down. Yeah, they got a failed two down. Mr. Black Thought, he said, I went from SPY to IWM because it was cheaper. Yep. Yeah, it's just better. And IWM, it ain't gonna hit you as hard as SPY will. SPY will reverse or reject on you nasty, and you will be down bad, right? But IWM, it's a little bit more forgiving. You know what I'm saying? So Adobe, we got SMCI. They was down a little bit today. Let me see they chart. All right, so another failed two up. So the whole market is basically on failed two ups for the most part, right? PanW, VRT, they was up today. They gapped up and then they went up right here. So VRT could be a nice banger if we get above 167. So I'm gonna put VRT on there. VRT. Bullish. Right. MRK. Marcel been killing MRK ever since Friday or Thursday. So Celsius, they was up 3% today. Okay, this looks good. They're in the order block right now, so yeah, I ain't gonna mess with it. Could reject. Google, Marvell. Let's see, Marvell failed to up again, right? ABGO. ABGO, they are on the failed two up. Soundhound, let's see what they chart looking like. Failed two up. Do y'all see how many, oh, this is a two up, but do y'all see how many gap ups and then we came down? There was, right? Soundhound could come down tomorrow because they rejected off of this area right here. So I'm gonna actually look at Soundhound to the downside because they could come right back down to $10.82. Soundhound sales of voice. Soundhound to the downside. Downside. All right, XYZ. So just got to market this year. Yeah, it's all good. I'm still learning how to chart, but I hit all my levels today. There you go, Mr. Black Thoughts. Another thing I'm gonna say as well on Tesla is like, I talk about this all the time, right? I think I did a video on this too. You got to understand, right? Stocks that have expensive contracts, it sometimes makes more sense to trade stocks with cheaper premiums, right? Because let me break this down for you real quick, right? So If so think about this. If Tesla is, let's say, $800 per contract, right? Let's say you get in Tesla and you get one contract at $800, right? All right, and let's say you're up 30%. Okay, so let's say you can't trim, right? You can't leave runners. You just got to take the profit or stay in the trade. You see what I'm saying? And then let's say you're down, uh, let's say you're down 30%. You either got to take the whole L or stay in the trade, right? But let's say you get a different stock and the contracts are $150 and you put $800 in there, right? Now, or let's say they're $200 and you get four contracts at the same $800. If you're up 30%, you could sell two contracts and then keep two runners, or three contracts and keep one runner. You see what I'm saying? So you can manage your trade a little bit better when you have cheaper contracts, premiums for the contracts, and then you could kind of manage it better and you could potentially maximize your returns. You see what I'm saying? So that's why me personally, I like trading stocks with premiums at $200 or below, right? Not because I'm cheap or anything like that, but because I like how I could manage my trades a lot better with cheaper contracts. All right. So yeah, Isiah hit IWM for 214% today. That's beautiful, Ross. That means that you stayed in all day. And it was kind of, I wasn't able to get an entry in IWM today because I didn't really trust the upside move. And it was going so slow. It was going super, super, super slow today. That's why I didn't get into it, because I didn't want the 0 days to kind of, play with me. And I be trading in 0 days, right? So yeah, so that's my perspective on like Tesla and expensive stocks, right? Because you could get into like Tesla or Meta. I know they'd be more expensive, and then you could kind of like be down 20%. And if you're not used to being down a certain amount of money, and then you're down 20% on, let's say, $1,500, for example, then you may get scared and you may get out the trade and you may lose money and you didn't have to lose it, right? So that's why I like managing, my trades with cheaper contracts. That's just my perspective. Everybody got their own vantage point and perspective, but that's just mine. All right. So let's go back to the charts. If you guys are just tuning in, we going fishing and we finding setups. We got 93 likes on this video. All right. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right. And let me know in the comments where y'all tuning in from. Okay. So we got XYZ, failed to up, Microsoft. We got, what else we got? Come on, Microsoft. Failed to up, Delta Airlines. Yeah, me too. Yeah, Tesla is wild. It's a wild bull, y'all. Tesla is a wild stock. All right, come on now. Delta Airlines. Oh, Delta look like they coming up. Shout out to Miami. Oh yeah, if Delta, I'm gonna look at Delta Airlines. They could really go crazy if they get above 72.33. I like them to the upside. Delta Airlines, bullish. Right. Citigroup, they've been pumping. They've been pumping. But not tomorrow. DoorDash. Let's see where they at. A one candle. DoorDash has been holding this area, so they could go up tomorrow potentially. UAL, they've been running. They were just on 2 1 candles, so they had a nice day today. IBM failed 2 down, it looked like. Yeah, that's a failed 2 down. Yup. Yeah, IBM is on a failed 2 down. He said check BA. All right. Let's see what's up with Boeing. She said, this I have learned from you because that's how I lost a lot of money. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, yeah, Boeing looks good. We got an area of liquidity here, but it looks like they're going strong. So Boeing could definitely go to the upside tomorrow. I had to roll some at the beginning of the year and hit 20K in a day. It was one QUBT. That's what's up. Good stuff. Stayed in until I seen a red candle. Hey, you stayed in all day. Because it wasn't not one red candle on the 30-minute until like the afternoon. So yeah, Boeing looks good. Boeing looks smooth. RGTI, they was up 13% today. Shit. Where was I at? They coming up to an order block right here. Let me see. QUBT was up 12%. All right. QUBT. Yeah, I like trading small cap stocks, y'all. I was hooked after that. Now all I talk about is the market. I feel you. Yeah, I like QUBT. So I like trading small cap stocks, honestly. Cause like you gotta look at. Cause like here's the thing, right? It's really not about the stock. It's about the movement, right? So if a stock is trading at $15 and it makes $1 move, you can make bank on that. You see what I'm saying? And for a cheap price. So QUBT, RGTI, they're also more volatile, right? Small cap stocks are more volatile because they're like growth stocks. And if they're more volatile, that means they make big moves. If they make big moves, that means you can make big money, right? So it's not about the biggest names, right? I know that a lot of people trade them, but at the end of the day, me personally, I like small cap stocks. APLD, love APLD, IWM, right? I guess as I'm kind of talking about it right now, I love trading small cap stocks, right? I do like trading Google. Google is like that's my favorite big cap stock to trade. But yeah, I like small cap stocks because they be making big moves, right? So you can make a nice bag on these small cap stocks. Okay. So yeah, so let's see. Cypher. RGTI. Rocket Lab went crazy again today. I thought they was gonna reject a little bit, but we're gonna see what they do tomorrow. IONQ went crazy today. All the small caps went crazy, right? So we gonna see what happens tomorrow. If IONQ, QBTS, QUBT, they all go crazy tomorrow, then IWM is gonna continue to go to the upside. So just pay attention to that. But yeah, I like this Uber setup a lot because they've been struggling lately. Watch this. Right? I like this Uber setup a lot. Right? And we got a gap to fill to the downside. So down to $80. So I really like this setup right here. So if Uber gets below $80.92, then I like them to the downside. All right. So let's see what's up with FedEx. Let's see what's up with them. FedEx does great around this time of year, so that's just something to keep in mind. Oh yeah, they looking like they on a pump mission right now. Right. We got a 3-bar on Friday, and then they went up today. So yeah, they on a pump mission. They could come up to 308. That's the next target. Shit. Hey, everybody packages and stuff is getting delivered, so FedEx is eating right now, and they don't have a wick to the upside. So I mean, FedEx could be a good continuation play as well. All right. FedEx could be a good continuation play. Oh yeah, another one. NVO, right? Novo Nordisk. They had an announcement about GLP-1. Even though I don't mess with it, I don't agree with that stuff. They they got approved with the FDA, so they gapped up. Right now, let me see where they're at in after hours. Right now in after hours, they are they're up 10%. They're at $53, right? So right now, they're at $53, and that's inside of this equilibrium zone right here, right? So I think that at market open, we might see a sell-off, and then they could come and fill this gap right here. So that's hey, do what y'all want with it, right? But that could definitely be a banger. All right, so they could come down to like right here, like $50. So tomorrow I'm really gonna be paying attention to NVO. All right. So yeah. I was looking at Lyft today, and they really have a chance to gap up. I looked back 5 years and seen that all-time high was 68. Yeah, Lyft, they're gonna go up. They've been taking some time, right? So yeah, so I like that Uber setup. I'm gonna be paying attention to NVO as well. I like that Intel bearish setup as well, and I like Google's Dragonfly to the upside. So that's what I'm gonna be paying attention to tomorrow. All right. So yeah. So that's my setups that I'm paying attention to tomorrow, y'all. If y'all want to trade with us, be sure to click the link in the description. Come join the Discord. But more importantly, if you want to learn how to trade the strat method, liquidity, order blocks, come join, right? Because it's not about getting call outs. It's about learning how to do this on your own, right? There are people inside of the Discord that are making 10K a day, 10K a week, 5K a day, 4K a week, right? There's people that's changing their life in there as well, and they've learned how to do it on their own, right? We got too many success stories at this point. So if you want call outs, then this is not the place. If you want to autonomously learn how to trade on your own and be able to teach your kids and go do your thing, then come over here and come join the winning team. All right? So, she said I'm on mute. Now you gotta get out of your app and then come back in. All right, it's not mine. It's the app on the receiving end. All right, we go through this almost every time. All right. So with that being said, y'all, it's been an hour and 7 minutes. I appreciate y'all time. I appreciate y'all tapping in. I appreciate y'all tuning in. All right. Can y'all hear me? If you can hear me, let me know. If you can hear me, let me know. All right? Let me know in the comments if y'all can hear me. Because some of y'all saying you can't hear me, but every single time I go live, it's the same thing. Some people can, some people can't. And then y'all say y'all went out the app and came back, and then it worked. All right? So if y'all can hear me, let me know. All right? Let me know in the comments what's going on. Let me know. But we got some good setups for tomorrow. All right? We got some good setups for tomorrow. Yeah, see? Yeah, people could hear me. It's just the app. All right, so you got to go out the app, then you got to come back in. All right, yeah, for sure. So yeah, y'all. All of y'all have a great night. If you want to join the Prosperity Collective, the Discord, be sure to click the link in the description. Come join and come trade with us. Like I always say, make sure you get up out your head. Go get into this world, because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right? And also remember, y'all, like I always say in every single video, I want you guys to say it with me. The more you study, the less you worry. All right? Get in them books, study, so that you guys can increase your confidence. All right? So y'all have a great night. Y'all have an amazing night. Y'all get some sleep, get some rest, and we going to wake up tomorrow. We're going to pull up to the Discord, and we're going to smack the market. All right? I need the link to the Discord. Let me get it for you real quick. The link is in the description to this video, though. All right? Just remember that. The link is in the description to this video, and it's in the description of every single video. All right? So, with that being said, let me put the link in here real quick. All right. I know, Bay. Bay to the A. There we go. So there we go. All right. So that's the link in there for the Discord if you want to join. All right. We do this every single day. So yeah, y'all have a great night. I'm gonna holler at y'all tomorrow. All right. We gonna smack the market tomorrow, and let's get it. Yeah, Antoine, I joined it. Yep. Yeah, you was up in there in the live joint. So let's keep it going, y'all. Y'all have a great night. I'm gonna holler at y'all tomorrow. All y'all stay smooth. Peace.